where we would talk about the benchmarks as well, guys. But again, hands down, y'all know the benchmarks at the end of the day mean absolutely nothing. What really matters is the overall combination of hardware and software, which equates to an overall smooth and fluid user experience, which both of these devices do in spades. In my opinion, the Moto X Pure Edition here does it a little bit better than the Samsung device, because sure, it has this little app slowdown occasionally with a bunch of apps open, but Samsung does the same thing, but it has a little bit more hiccups, and I'm equating that to the heavier skin via TouchWiz. So again, in my opinion, it's a little bit smoother on the Moto X device over the Samsung device. With that being said, the Exynos processor handily beats the Snapdragon 808 processor in these benchmarks, guys. It's pretty much no contest. You already know. But like I said, that's just benchmarks are raw performance numbers. Now, if you do want to see the raw performance numbers, please be sure to check out my full reviews of both devices, which will be linked down below in the video description. Alright guys, let's keep it moving along. Now, up next here, wow, we kind of flew through this. Up next here, I want to talk about the overall battery life and charge times on both of these devices. And really, let's just get this out the way. Just come here. Real easy. Come on. Let's start off with the Moto X Pure Edition. Now, from an overall battery life perspective, why? Pretty much, regardless of what I did, I'm barely able to get 4 hours of screen on time with this guy on a regular basis. I think this guy just eats up the battery with that quad HD display and that 3000 milliamp hour battery. It just eats it up. I'm barely able to get 3 to 4 hours of screen on time on a regular basis. Okay? That being said, it does make up for that with the insanely fast turbo charging. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, when we talk about the overall battery life on the Samsung S6 Edge Plus, this guy is pretty good compared to this. Pretty good indeed. Now, I found that with heavy usage, I'm easily able to get between 6 to 7 hours of screen on time. With moderate to heavy usage, I'm easily able to get through the day with about 12 to 15 hours of usage time and about 5 to 6 hours of screen on time. So when it comes to overall battery life, the S6 Edge Plus takes that one hands down. Now, when we talk about charging and charging times, ooh, this one is close. This one is very close. I have to give it to the Moto X Pure Edition probably by a few minutes, probably by 1 or 2 minutes. The turbocharging on the Moto X Pure Edition is just phenomenal. Now you're going to easily be able to go from 20% to 100 in about 45 minutes, 15% to 100 in about an hour, and 10% to 100 in about a little bit over an hour. And similarly, you're going to have a similar experience with the S6 Edge Plus, give or take a few minutes. Okay? So, yeah, that's 20% to 100 in about 45, 47. 15% to 100, about an hour and 5, hour and 10. 10% to 100, about an hour and 15, hour and 20. It depends. But it's close. It's close. But I'm going to have to give the charge times to the Moto X Pure Edition and the overall battery life to the S6 Edge Plus. Alright. Now we've reached the end of the video, and this is where we talk about the price. Let's start off with the Moto X Pure Edition. And you know what? Really, these guys are extremely close. Let's just do both of them together. Now, the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge Plus can be had for about anywhere between $250 to about $400, depending on which model you want to get, depending on whether it's unlocked or not. Keep that in mind. Whereas the Moto X Pure Edition, like you see it here, can be had from anywhere for about, same thing, $200 to about a little bit over $400, depending on the different models that you get. Keep in mind, this one is 16 gigs. You do have the 32 gig model and the 64 gig model. And keep in mind, where this guy beats out the Samsung device is it does have expandable storage, and that storage is adaptable, so you can make your micro SD card internal storage. So that being said, it really doesn't matter which model of this device you pick up, because as long as you have a decent micro SD card, you're going to be good to go. On that token, you do lose out with the Samsung device because you don't have expandable storage. But it makes up for that in two ways. You have fast charging via the Samsung charger, the adaptive charger, adaptive fast charge, and you have wireless charging and you have fast wireless charging. So it does make up for the lack of no expandable storage with those nice little charging options.